Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's official prices. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. Alright, so we got a bunch of stuff coming out this week from Games Workshop. Let's go ahead and jump right in with the official prices. So first off, we have the Arbus Lighter coming for Horus Heresy, and this is the new plastic kit. So previously this was available only from Forge World. Now we see a brand new kit coming out in plastic. It is an extremely detailed kit. Very, very nice. It's going to have a new PDF for rules as well. And we see this coming in line with the other Games Workshop plastic kits. This is going to be $80 USD or $95 Canadian. And this is definitely one of the most iconic of kits. Very cool to see it coming in plastic. I think this will be relatively popular, but it is going to be part of the full range, so nobody out there should have any problem getting a hold of one. Alright, and then next we see for the Sola Auxilia, the Malcador Infernus. So again, this is a new plastic kit coming for Horus Heresy, and we see now that we're essentially seeing the Horus Heresy prices come in line with 40k. So even though the game is far less popular, and previously you could get like bulk deals, so you could get roughly like 20 or so like basic infantry troops, space marines, etc. for just a little bit more than like your typical 10-man squad for 40k. Now we're seeing the vehicle kits in particular coming in line with the big kits from 40k. So we see the Malcador Infernus is going to be $110 USD or $130 Canadian. So basically the price of something like a Land Raider or one of the big Primaris tanks at this point. Very cool kit, super detailed. But again, now we're seeing essentially that Horus Heresy is coming in line with 40k, even the plastic kits, unfortunately. So very cool kit. Definitely expect this to be popular. It is going to be a big chunky kit. It's a nice looking tank. Probably going to be really effective in game terms. But essentially the gap between Horus Heresy and 40k is definitely closing. And next we see the Sola Auxilia Valdor Tank Destroyer. So again, new plastic box set, $90 USD or $110 Canadian. So again, right in line with your typical Space Marine tanks for 40k. And then last but not least for Horus Heresy, we see the Derrideo Dreadnought, the Boreas configuration. So this was previously available in a different configuration. We're also going to have some individual weapon upgrade sprues available as well. But this Derrideo kit is $84 USD or $100 Canadian. So actually slightly more expensive than your typical 40k Primaris Dreadnought. And then just jumping over to the Old World, we've got some new kits coming out for the Empire of Man. So again, plastic box set here. You're going to get 20 of these state missile troops in a box. And again, this is coming in at $85 USD or $100 Canadian. So about $4 a piece on these guys. So definitely pretty pricey for what amounts to an old kit. But at this point in time, I think it's pretty evident that the upward pricing on Old World is real. Alright, and then moving on from there, we have the Greatswords returning. So again, an old plastic kit, you're going to get 20 of the Greatswords in a box set. And once again, we see these coming in at $85 USD or $100 Canadian. And next we see the Empire of Man Flagellants, again a plastic box set. You're going to get 30 of these in a plastic box set, and they're coming in at $80 USD or $95 Canadian. So a little bit better of a price point on these, and you're going to get 30 in a box set. They do actually hold up pretty nicely. Definitely happy to see a lot of this stuff coming back, but it is definitely coming back with a big price tag on it. And next we have the Hellblaster Volley Gun / Helstorm Battery. So this is a plastic box set. You're going to get 2 of these in the box, and you do have the option to build either of the 2 variants or 2 of the same. You're going to get 2 of these for $58 USD or $67.50 Canadian. And next we have the Empire of Man Archers. So you're going to get 20 of the Archers in a box set, and these are $62.50 USD or $75 Canadian. And then we also have the Empire of Man State Missile Troops in a plastic box set. You're going to get 30 of these in a plastic box set for $85 USD or $100 Canadian. And then we have the Empire of Man State Troops. You're going to get 30 of these in a box set, and they're coming in at $85 USD or $100 Canadian. So definitely a bit on the pricey side. These do hold up pretty nicely. They've got multiple different build variants, but coming in at about $3 a person. Definitely not on the cheap side for a old kit like this.
Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products, including miniatures, terrain, paint, tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you.
And then moving over to Black Library, we have Gromandale, The Ancestor's Burden, and this is going to be the hardback novel coming in at $35 USD or $40 Canadian. And then we also have Dark Coil Damnation coming in paperback, and this one's going to be $21 USD or $25 Canadian. And then keep in mind also that we got a bunch of Blood Bowl stuff coming back, some really old models right here, some very rare, hard to get sculpts. They're going to be on a made to order basis, so if you are after these, make sure to check back on Saturday for the official prices, and make sure you do get your orders in during that limited time window, as once these are gone from the made to order basis, they're probably not going to be available for a long time, if ever again. And then we do have quite a few models coming also from Forge World in Resin. So again, if you're after any of those, these are going to be all Resin expert kits. Some really nice models. Definitely a big fan of these. Hate to see so many of the awesome characters coming out specifically in Resin for the Old World, but it definitely looks like at this point in time, even though the game is fairly popular in certain little groups of the market, it does appear that Games Workshop is going to be primarily releasing the individual characters and heroes in Resin. So they will have a little bit of a premium on them, but as some of the community has expressed, they do actually prefer some of the Resin models. Me personally, I'm not a big fan, but I do understand the sentiment as there are a lot less pieces. They tend to be a little bit more detailed. And while the resin is still not quite as good as the plastic kits are, it has come a long way since the previous editions where we had a lot of the fine cast stuff that was just really difficult to deal with. The Forge World resin now coming from Games Workshop is substantially better. Still not my personal favorite. I much prefer the plastic kits, but I do understand the sentiment. And regardless of whether or not you do like resin, I've got to say that the new resin characters coming out are absolutely phenomenal. The sculpts are amazing. And even though a lot of the plastic kits themselves are like 20 or 30 years old and definitely a bit on the dated side, the new characters coming in resin are absolutely phenomenal. And I do love the idea of having your heroes stand out with some phenomenal new sculpts. So let me know what you're most excited about, what you're going to be picking up this week. Let me know also if Warhammer the Old World is popular in your local community. Have you been getting a lot of games lately? Are you waiting for a specific faction to release? Also, what's Horus Heresy looking like in your local area? We don't really have many players here. We've got a couple of collectors. Overall, it's not particularly popular, but I do understand there are certain areas where both these games are just absolutely booming. So let me know down in the comments what it's like around you. And as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. So that is it for this week's official pricing video, and that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.